Neon lights, neon lights. Dancing with my demons, do the dash, we out of sight. Run it up, secure the bag.
Hello and welcome to the SoulInsights podcast. I'm Kyle and Loxton, joined by
Kyle.
And we took a little break, but we're back.
And we're going to talk about something that happened a while ago, let's say.
Yes.
So Snowbombing 2023, which was mid-April 2023, obviously. 10th to the 14th, I think it was.
Yeah, it was good, yeah.
Decent time. So we'll obviously go into it a bit more about our experience and what we thought of it all.
But we had, like you said, a little breather, and then we're back now, but we'll see. We'll
see what happens.
See what's going
might
on.
disappear off the face of the earth for months on end at times, but oh well.
Yeah, so Music Rec, because we've been spamming this style of music, I'm going to do Madness, which is MVDNES, they're doing it, and Dehako, Priton. And it's off the Tirade Spotify playlist.
Yeah, okay.
I
haven't heard that song, so.
But it's the same genre to Suicide Boys and all that banging stuff. And that's going on the SI Pod playlist.
Cool.
On Spotify.
Recommendations next then.
Yes.
I'll have a couple for each, except for film. I've only got one because banger film. But games, so you got new games that came out recently, or one of them's not quite out yet, but it will be next week. So Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Dead Island 2, Disney Speedstorm, and Humanity. Humanity is the one that looks at absolute jokes, where you've got to control like 100 people, kind of like Loco Roco. You got to get them somewhere, I think, like a little puzzle game.
Man.
But it looks funny, so I think it'd be jokes to play.
But I think we would hopefully check out Dead Island. I think it'd be quite fun co-op if you can.
At some point, yeah.
And
wait until it's like £2.
Star Wars, you said they've fixed now, haven't they?
Yeah, there was loads of problems with it apparently. I don't know if it was on all things or if it was maybe mainly on PC, but it sounds like they've fixed most things now. So
yeah, it looks quite good.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. TV, so Florida Man, which I think is a newish show at least, which was actually jokes about a dude who goes to Florida and loads of shit happens. Basically.
Have you ever heard of that challenge, Florida Man?
No.
If you type your birthday in and then Florida Man,
see the
news article
see what?
Yeah, so
yeah,
that's linked to that.
Yeah, Florida's just jokes and
there's always something going on there.
And Trailer Park Boys. Have you heard of that?
Yes, apparently it's really good actually.
It is. I've just finished it, so there's 12 seasons, and then you've got a load of like other things where they go to different countries and shit.
Oh, right.
But I've just finished the main thing, and it was really good. Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
I don't know if there's going to be any more. But
I'm currently going through The Office US.
How far?
I've just finished season 1. I watched one episode when I'm eating
There's only
something.
like 6 episodes, mate.
Yeah, no, yeah, that was 6. Then it goes to like 20 odds, and I'm looking at it.
There's episodes where there's like 30 odd as well.
It'll take me ages,
seasons.
but I'll go through it. I'm doing something when I'm watching it. So
it's really good. Office.
It's pretty cool. Little 20-minute break watching it at the minute. Yeah, it is quite good actually.
Far better than the UK.
I saw
one.
the first 2. You could tell they used a similar script to the UK one because I kind of could tell what they were saying when he was talking about his job, and he's like, and I'm boring myself. It says that in the UK
It is quite similar, yeah.
They have gone off on their own sort of thing now. It's quite funny, actually. Like the basketball game I just watched that they did right at the start.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite good, actually. He's definitely done a good take of David Brent.
The introduction of Ed Helms.
Ed Helms?
Is where it gets absolute jokes.
Oh, right.
Vacation dude.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson tattoo on his face in Hangover dude.
Oh, right. They had is Chris Pratt in it as well?
No, you're thinking of Parks and Recreations.
Oh, right. Because that's in an office, isn't it? I was looking at a few videos and I thought maybe...
yeah, that's funny as well. Yeah, that was good. That's Aubrey as well.
Oh, okay.
Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah, I might have to give it a go.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was good. That was the first time I saw anything about her, actually. And, yeah, jokes thing. Right, and film Guardians of the Galaxy...
Oh, yeah.
Volume 3.
You watched it?
Yeah, good film, actually. It's the first time that Marvel have dropped an F-bomb.
What swear word? Like,
yeah, they said fuck
in
a film. And it's actually jokes, to be honest.
Well, how he says it?
Yeah. Spoilers, okay. So it's not really a spoiler, but he's sat in a car and Nebula's outside the car trying to get in.
Right.
And she can't figure out how the door works. So it's one of the old school ones where you have to push the button in on the handle and pull the door, yeah? She can't figure it out. So eventually he says, right, push the button. So she pushes the button and goes, what now? And it just goes, get in the fucking car.
Oh, Jesus.
Or, no, open the fucking door. So, okay then.
Fair enough.
Yeah, exactly. It's Chris Pratt and that, so, you get away with it. Yeah.
I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy would actually be a series, I wouldn't actually mind.
Is-
I like Chris Pratt. He's quite cool.
PETA, so the animal rights thing,
Yeah.
have come out saying that it's the film of the year for animal rights.
Really?
Yeah, it's heavily based, spoilers,
Right.
on animals, and it's actually really good. The way that it fucking does it is insane.
Well,
like,
they
the
said,
backstory of it all.
A lot of people saying it's the best MCU film, but I feel like they say that every time a film comes out, which in a way is quite good that the quality is always there. That people keep saying, "Oh, it's the best one since
No.
whatever." But would you say Guardians of the Galaxy's up there though?
It's probably one of the best franchises, yeah. But it's probably one of the best ones since maybe Endgame, Avengers Endgame.
Because Thor, I don't think is that great. I think that's a bit weird.
It's good, but they're trying to be funny with it when they shouldn't be, I think.
I don't like.
Whereas Guardians
campy
of the
jokes.
Galaxy, because of who it is, the actors and that, it can be, I think.
Naturally, like
because
a bit
you're on
better.
about a fucking raccoon and that as well. But Phase 5, I think they're on at the moment, or whatever phase they're on at the moment, has been shit,
Oh, right.
honestly. Like Ant-Man.
Yeah.
The only worth watching it was for the weird little jelly dude.
Paul Rudd as well. He's right, isn't
Yeah, but
he? Trash character.
it
though.
wasn't a great film. No,
I
it's
think-
good. Like Ant-Man's good, but that film just wasn't
right.
it. But then nothing from this phase has been. I don't think. Like they've all been shit, really.
They did say what's the most successful superhero is Spider-Man, but they said the most grossed film now is Marvel, which obviously makes sense. I mean,
It's Marvel, so
they tried to do all of it. I thought Star Wars would have been, to be honest, but it's quite hard.
Nah,
isn't it? I
it's
think Marvel's kind of running
yeah.
with it
now
now.
that
but
it's conjuncting with Disney as well. So
apparently
it's
they got their
fucking
own
huge.
studio now, Marvel, so that's why they're just churning out all sorts. So
Yeah.
I mean, the
James
quality's
Gunn.
fine, isn't it?
So James Gunn, good director. I assume he's the director. Anyway, right.
We'll wait until Venom though, because I'll watch that one with you probably. Because I think Spider-Man will be in the next Venom.
It seems like
Which would be
yeah,
awesome.
So we'll see.
Okay, what are we doing? Dictionary or cocktail, mate?
Dictionary, main topic, and then top cocktail, I think.
Yeah,
So
okay.
cocktails last.
So, Dictionary of Score Sorrows by John Koenig. I want montage of interaction, finding shelter in the presence of others, and the word is opia.
OPEA.
OPIA. The ambiguous intensity of eye contact.
And this is a script, isn't it, pretty much?
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
like
a
a
story.
page and a bit, so
Yeah.
it goes into a bit. It gives a bit more
So there we
context.
go.
Because what would you? Well, actually, first of all, what would you think of eye contact? It's a bit weird, isn't it? I don't really like when someone's just staring.
Eye contact?
Yeah, I'm quite hard at maintaining it, to be honest.
Everybody is. You just kind of like, when you're talking to somebody, you're just kind of like looking off in different
Yeah,
directions,
I always
aren't you?
do.
Like, you look at them every now and then, but you're like,
Unless you're trying to be like all intense, you probably could just stare at them, like, because it can say a lot. So we'll go into it. So it says so much can be said in a glance. You feel such ambiguous intensity. Looking someone in the eye is somehow both intrusive and vulnerable. Their pupils glittering black, bottomless and opaque. The eye is a keyhole through which the world pours in and a world spills out. For a few seconds, you can peek through into a vault that contains everything they are, catching a glimpse of their vulnerability, their pain, their humour, their vitality, their power over others, and what they demand of themselves. But whether the eyes are the windows of the soul or the doors of perception, it doesn't really matter. You're still standing on the outside of the house. Eye contact isn't really contact at all. It's only ever a glance, a near miss, that you can only feel as it slips past you. There's so much that we keep in the back room, so much that other people never get to see. We only ever offer up a sample of who we are, of what we think people want us to be. And yet how rarely do we stop to look inside, let our eyes adjust and try to see what's really there. The world's hidden away in the eyes of others. You two are peering out from behind your own door. You put yourself out there trying to decide how much of the world to let in. It's all too easy for others to size you up and carry on their way. They can see you more clearly than you ever could. Yours is the only vault you can't see into, that you can't size up in an instant. You'll always have to wonder if someone might come along and peer into your soul, or if anyone out there will put in the effort trying to find the key. We're all just exchanging glances, trying to tell each other who we are, trying to catch a glimpse of ourselves, feeling around in the darkness. You've been staring this whole time.
yeah, I've literally not taken my eyes. It's eye contact, isn't it? I know you're not making eye contact with me, but
And then Greek, opium of the eyes. The word pupil is from the Latin pupilla, little girl doll, a reference to the tiny image of yourself you see reflected in the eyes of another. This idea was the origin of the Elizabethan expression to look babies, which means to stare lovingly into another's eyes. Okay. But
So, yeah.
like you said, I mean, everyone's probably heard "Eyes are the windows to the soul," but the doors of perception is quite cool as well because it's kind of like you don't know what truly is going on behind the eyes, do you?
It's like you're looking into somebody's eyes to try and figure out what they are, who they are, like to try and
just nothing behind the eyes.
become something, or become one with them.
And one of my lyrics always said we all mask the pain with translucent eyes, which is a cool way of saying, like, obviously translucent, you can't always let light in all the way through, isn't it? So it's you're only showing off how much you want people to see. So
That's why you just need to tattoo your eyes blacked out, and that's what it is.
But like you said, eye contact can be intense because you could tell from staring at someone you don't know what they're thinking, just staring at you like, what the
could be staring at you thinking, what a fucking twat.
Exactly. Which could tie into like the anxiety thing, do you reckon? If you hold it for so long, it's just a bit like, it's a bit awkward.
It's a bit weird, mate.
Okay. Right, snowbombing.
Snowbombing 2023. What was it like? Did we have fun?
Trying to think.
What did we do?
Back, like, so go all the way back to planning it. It was easy enough, wasn't it? Yeah, to birth. Yeah.
And then wish we never came into this one. So it's not as easy as ones you've had where you've booked it and it's all in one. So you book the ticket with the accommodation.
Yeah.
And then you add on whatever you want afterwards, your ski pass, your snowboard or ski hire, how many days you want that stuff for. You've got your bottomless brunches that you can do.
The main thing we bought was the accommodation, the transfer to the airport, and the ski lift pass, I think, isn't it? And then you get your wristband with it.
Snowboard and that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The kit hire.
Kit hire, yeah. But you can get little extras as well, like you said, as part of the festival, like bottomless brunch. I think there's other little like party access places. I'm not really too sure, but we
just
focus
wanted to
more
go
on snowboarding, and
yeah.
then there happened to be like a pretty cool party scene linked with it. But I think it all went to plan though in the end, and I think you get your little info pack just before you go. So if you don't hear anything when you buy like through these festivals, normally the admin's probably sorting all of it out, and they're letting you know like a week before. So as long as you've got everything covered. And the insurance, wasn't it? I think for that snow sports, you definitely do.
Go into the nightlife first.
Yeah.
Which
we didn't really see.
No, because we went out to like the bigger events, but we're not really fussed by it because the music's dead.
Yeah, like our sort of music taste is more like Suicide Boys and rap and that. So
even like Lowell Carner being there, like that was cool to see him, like that type of music. But then that was the only thing that was that type of music, wasn't it? Or pretty much, unless you've got like some of the nightclubs at like 3-4 a.m., which is what it was. Yeah, which is nightclubs, and it's kind of like you're in the mountains. Do you really want to be inside in a nightclub?
We saw, like you said, during the daytime, it's the same sort of music, but it's a different setting, wasn't it? Because you see it in the mountains.
You're up in the mountains,
it's
in
a bit
the
cooler.
snow. Everybody's in their gear. You're all there with your snowboards. You can literally drink and then get on your snowboard and fly down a hill kind of thing. And you can hear the music in the background. So it is.
I like that
cool
scene
vibe.
more. Yeah. Like you said, at night you just go into a nightclub like what you would back home, isn't it? And it's just kind of like, to be fair, like just keep your energy for going snowboarding because it does care your legs, doesn't it, after a while? But
so the whole thing is it's a village, basically, like a little town or village, whatever you want to call it, a town, I suppose. Yeah. And then obviously you've got the ski lifts, the what's the big carts, the cable cars. Yeah. That take you up to the mountains, and then you've got all your ski lifts and that. So that's gondolas. Like completely out of the way. Gondolas. There wasn't only one day there was actually snow in the town because of it being April. Obviously, it's the end of the season. But when you got up on the mountains, it was quite mad, wasn't it?
Yeah, really? It was good, to be honest. And we had access to fresh snow as well, wasn't it? And you can definitely tell the difference.
Like proper powdered snow instead of like patted.
Which makes a difference, definitely.
Yeah. One thing I will say is, you've mentioned, obviously, to me before about the wristbands. Yeah. And putting money on them. If you're going to go in the nightclubs and spend a load of money, then yes, your wristbands are worth it. Like putting money on your wristbands. If you're not, say you're going to pre-drink or you're not going to go in them, there's no point because you can only use them in selected venues. So there's not necessarily much point in putting a lot of money on there.
Was it? I don't know whether it's in the small print or not, but even when we were up in the mountains, that place that didn't even accept the wristbands.
It's like
even
you're
though
in the
playing
mountains,
the festival shit.
You're doing the festival music. You are essentially a venue. You're marked down as one of the things, and you don't. I didn't get that. Strange. So you do need your card, and you do need some cash. Ideally.
Yeah. Possibly look at the small print to say like whether what then you do accept it. Because they might have done it. I don't think I read it, to be fair. But.
I don't know. Whether the places that you want to actually go into accept it and how much you want to put on, then obviously.
But you get a refund at the end, though. So
yeah, so it's not like
it's
it really
wasted.
matters.
Yeah. I think, what was the other thing? Yeah, because we went to that other place. We went on 2 gondolas, wasn't it? One on one peak, where there wasn't as many festival people. That's where like this bottomless brunch was. Yeah. And then another gondola went to like the main one. But that one where the bottomless brunch was, we didn't even get a drink from that place, which we couldn't even be allowed in, was it?
Because you can't get in. Yeah.
But we ended up going to another little place, which was actually quite a cool vibe because it was more local, wasn't it?
Fucking pepper schnapps. Yeah, pepper, not peppermint. Pepper. And
wild.
Loads of people had it. Like there was a massive group of people behind us, and they took it, and then they
the
offered
owners
us
were
one.
Just laughing,
they were like, everybody else was like coughing and asking for water and all that, and we're just sat there like, that's jokes, isn't it? Like you drink it, and you just like
get another one, please.
Yeah,
how strong is
honestly,
it?
I would have. Yeah,
yeah.
It was 60%, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not much, is it?
But yeah, I mean that was a good day. But we can just go through the days if you want.
But I fucking KO'd myself.
Yeah.
I'm still hurting. Like I'm pretty sure there's something wrong with either the bottom of my neck or my shoulders because I can't twist my body properly. So I've probably like broken my neck or something. And
it can be, to be honest, because what would be a trouble with snowboarding is even if you catch the edge, even if not going that quick, it's how you fall, isn't it? Like if anything, and it's just a bit. Yeah. It's probably if you go quicker, the fall's probably not as bad.
No, it definitely is. That one I did.
That's how bad you catch the edge.
You get up to so that was on a blue run, which is the most jokes part because it's not even it's the easiest ones we did.
Well, that's why I smacked my head, wouldn't it, blue run?
Yeah.
Because you're just having more jokes, aren't you?
So you can get up to about 40 mile an hour ish, and that's fucking fast, especially when you fall and it's like a sheet of ice.
And you impact, so it's like concussion sort of.
Yeah, when
compression.
You whip your neck back and all that. Yeah. So yeah, there was a couple of things like that were fucking jokes, weren't there? But,
yeah. You soldier on though, I guess, isn't it? Cause
yeah, you can have pain when you get home.
The leg pain wasn't too bad. You'd feel it eventually. You could tell because we started the day quite early. You fatigue a bit come like early afternoon, I think, isn't it? Because you have been doing it for a while. And like any exercise, you kind of need a little breather. I think,
so I think the lifts open at 8 o'clock, was it?
We were there probably.
So we were trying to get there between like 8 and 9, say, before a billion people turned up, and then you were staying up there until. Between 3 and 5 when the last ones come down at about 5:30, wasn't that? So you stay up there as long as you can, really.
Which was jokes one time, but when we went to that place, everyone else was snowboarding back, and they were pretty hammered.
Oh yeah, that was the day when we couldn't figure out where we were going as well, wasn't it? You go up, it was absolutely perfectly fine. This was the first day, so we didn't have a clue about the mountain either, was it?
No.
You go up another lift, and you're like, oh, it looks like it's getting a bit foggy or like a bit snowed over here. And then it's like, oh, we can only see about 10 feet in front of us. Oh shit!
Oh, exactly.
We got to the top, and it's like, right, that's a black run, so we probably don't want to go down there in this state at the moment.
You saw some people just disappear, didn't you? And you're just like, I don't know what that is. It's like that looks like a black run. Like, we'll stay on this, which is still a red run, so still quite like. Wild.
Some of them were a bit mental, yeah.
And you had like somewhere where you couldn't really see too far in front of you, and you knew where the turning is. And it's just a bit like, I mean, as the week went on, I feel like we got better at it anyway.
Definitely, it was difficult to start with, especially because we were on it was ice.
It's just annoying that as you got better, your legs kind of was getting a bit
cremated.
Yeah, like weak as well. But like we started doing black runs and stuff like that towards the end, like the Devil's Run or something. That was quite fun.
Actually, starting to get used to the turning as well, like flicking from your toe to your heel on your back foot instead of just going kind of like straight forward. And I started actually doing it on like steeper hills as well, and I think that's why I kind of cared myself a little bit, because I thought, fuck it, I'm sending myself.
Yeah.
Because you may as well, and to be honest, it's easier when you don't think about it and you just think, fuck it, I'm going.
Well, like you said, from doing it from the dry slope to the snow slope, you would definitely tell a difference.
Yeah. Especially when you'd get the powdered snow and it'd literally be up to your knee.
Yeah.
And you'd still be flying down the hill. And it's like, how does this work? Like the board's underneath fucking a foot and a half of snow. How am I still going?
It's quite fun though. I do like it when it was that one run that we did when I think it was one when you KO'd yourself. Saw that skier there. That part of the hill. When you were coming down, when it was all pretty
zigzag,
knee height, isn't it? And everyone was having to do zigzag because it was pretty deep. Whereas like you wouldn't just send yourself straight line, to be honest, because it was so bumpy. And that was quite fun actually, because it does slow you down a bit because it is quite deep, isn't it?
And then when you fall off, it's just like landing in like pillows and that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's where you could get buried quite a bit though. If you fall, like quite a bit.
You do like disappear.
Yeah.
but it's funny, isn't it? At the
Yeah.
end of the day.
I definitely would. Like, I'd go snowboarding again. I feel like you tick off the festival. If you like that sort of music, so I think quite a lot of the snowboarding festivals are that.
Yeah.
Which is like pretty fun, I guess. But yeah, I just want to go snowboarding again.
At the same time,
I want to do it again.
Yeah, we can go for like a 3-day or 4-day weekend or whatever, and have like 2 or 3 days
Well, I think
actually snowboarding again.
some of the apres stuff, whatever, has that party music anyway. When it's not a festival, I think it is that sort of vibe anyway.
Yeah.
Sometimes. So
Yeah, you imagine like the restaurants and like the cabins and shit
Plays
that
that
are
sort-
up in the
yeah.
mountains are going to be playing music and stuff anyway.
I think it is like that.
So
So obviously not like resident DJs, which we didn't really know anyway, was
No.
it?
there's no fucking clue of any of them.
Not really.
Do you know what was jokes?
Well.
Pond skimming.
Oh yeah.
So there's a video of me on SoulInsights TikTok.
Probably on some social media website somewhere.
yeah.
I don't actually know. I couldn't find anything. It's probably
There was
somewhere.
videos of that, and I remember because to be honest, you could probably type it in on Twitter or wherever,
Yeah.
find the videos, and you could probably see us in the background. You with your stupid little glasses on.
Yeah, I reckon there's footage of us somewhere. I will try and find it. To be honest.
But basically, you go down. It's fucking a lot of drinks in. We're stood there looking, and the woman with the microphone comes up, doesn't she, and says,
Yeah.
"Oh." She asked the question first. "Oh, you enjoying yourself?" She's like, "Yeah, it's good." And then she fucked off. And then she came back and she asked somebody just up from us and said, "Oh, why didn't you sign? Do you want to sign up? Why didn't you sign up?" And they were like, "Oh no, I can't do that." Da-di-da-di-da. And I'd said to you just before, "Oh, if I get asked, I'll do it." And then she came and fucking said, "Oh, why didn't you sign up?" So I was like, "Oh, do you want me to?" She's like, "Yeah." And then I said, "Yeah, okay, give me a load of drink. Fuck it." So fucking 10 of these little bottles of Fireball later.
Yeah.
There's me signing up, fucking signing my little death wish.
Life away.
Yeah, and then coming down the hill, and my first thought was, I'm not making it down the hill. I'm going to fall over before I even get to the water. Luckily, I made it to the water, didn't I?
You did, yeah, to be fair.
Yeah.
It was alright.
But I fell in the water, of course.
Went
didn't I?
too
So
quick,
I was the first person in the water, so I feel privileged to be
the
honest.
only person to splat in it, to be fair, because everyone else was tryhards, weren't they? So.
Yeah, what's the point in that? It's more jokes just to fucking fall in it, isn't it? Like,
Exactly. Like, you're never going to see the people again.
you
Like,
just drank a shit ton of alcohol.
it just doesn't really matter. You don't
just
have to
said
like
that.
whip out a backflip all the
Yeah.
time. I think some people want to see it like a fail, isn't it? It's the real sort of thing, isn't it?
And then there's me after literally, so it was like I'd jumped in a swimming pool. So I was fully soaked. Like I was wringing fucking water out of my gloves
Yeah,
and
we
my
still
hat and
stayed out
everything.
there.
And it was like -2 degrees, and we just stayed in the mountain for like another 3 hours. And then obviously we got back, and so we had to give our gear in and then walk back to the fucking hotel,
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
we? In our fucking
Soaking.
socks, soaking wet. I was just like, right, yep, going to the shop. Okay, I'm gonna have to wait outside, aren't I?
Oh, yeah, it's funny.
Fucking honestly,
It was
I'm glad
good,
I did
though.
it. It was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah. Don't really know. What else is there? That was it, was it?
Well, you've got the absolute jokes at the hotel. So the place we stayed was actually really nice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Breakfast was
definitely.
like good, like your continental.
It seems like we're the only ones
continental
out there.
breakfast. we get down there for when they opened at fucking 7:30, weren't we? And nobody else. I think we saw people on the first day we went down.
Yeah, exactly.
Every single other day, nobody else was in there when we were there.
No.
And yeah, so do you
It was
wanna-
nice though.
It was really nice balcony with a view.
But
So you go
What-
and tell the stupid story.
one rule we had to do in that hotel was hand the key into reception, isn't it? You couldn't go out with it.
They didn't want you to go out with it, so you didn't lose it.
So I think this hotel was part of someone's house at the same time. So they had the bottom floor, wasn't it? This family. So we played a game. Kyle had to drop his keys into the reception and not be seen by like this old lady.
By the owner.
This pleasant old
Mrs.
lady.
Orblasser, I think her name was. Probably shouldn't have said that.
and
but
walk
that
out. But he failed every time. And the way how you saw her sometimes was jokes or something like a horror film. Like you said, that guy pouring a pint.
Literally, I walked in and I thought, right, okay, reception.
It's dark.
So there was a little like bar bit in the reception next to the reception. So I walked into the front door and I was like, right, there's the lights off, so clearly there's nobody in there, so I've got away with it. I opened the fucking door and there's just this old man standing there pouring a pint in the dark, and I looked at him and I was like, hello.
Oh my god, they would always say hello, and then you'd be like, "You're British, all right?"
All right.
And that literally was like that was the go-to meme the whole festival. It's just like, "Hello, all right, hello. All right.
Just old lady.
All
Yeah.
right.
She was lit, to be honest.
She was funny. And
Yeah.
like when we were walking through with our snowboard gear and then she lost it. And I said to you, I think we haven't seen her. And then she opens the door to the downstairs part.
Yeah, exactly.
It was just some jokes thing that me and you play, and it's trying to avoid the residents of the place.
There's always
Walking
something, isn't there? Yeah.
What else was that? And we ended up walking there actually, because you could get taxis actually, couldn't you? Which I think some people said they felt like they paid like bucks, to be honest. I mean, what you would have saved from staying so far away from the centre, you would have made up in taxi fares.
Yeah.
But me and you walked.
Because we know we're going to
everywhere.
walk anyway. It's okay to stay like, it was what, 15-minute walk away
Yeah, it
from
wasn't
kind of
too
like
bad.
the middle-ish bit.
Even carrying all your gear, I didn't think it was too strenuous, really.
Oh.
We stopped off a little shop as well.
Exactly. A little shop on the way, so you're all right.
I think it was a decent festival, to be honest. It was a
Just
good vibe. Like
snowboarding.
how you did it was just kind of like that with music in the background. Like it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
vibe.
so like you go out, you snowboard for until, I don't know, lunchtime, let's just say for argument's sake. And then you can go and stop off at the Snow Terrace, it was called, and
That's where quite a lot of the
get a
action
load
was,
of
really.
drinks
Yeah.
and some food, and then obviously carry on for a couple more hours afterwards as well. Obviously they've got live DJs from 12 o'clock, I think it was. And then, yeah, after you finish there, you just go off and snowboard for a little bit longer, and then obviously make your way back down.
One thing I wouldn't mind have done was that gondola speed dating. I would have done that,
Fuck's
but
sake.
because it was quite hard when you first appeared to know what runs led to anywhere, wasn't it? And that was one of the first days, and I felt like we were just trying to get our bearings with the mountain.
We didn't really have a clue, did we?
No,
So-
like, and you kind of just wanted just to hit the slopes as well, to be fair. If that was a bit later on in the week, I think it would have been better, because your legs kind of gave up come like the final day.
It was funny though, like that person asking us about the map, then like, oh, I want to get to this place. How do I get there? And we're just looking at her like,
But we
why the
ended up
fuck
doing
are we
it,
getting
innit?
asked?
Yeah,
I don't think we did, to be honest. I think what we told her was probably wrong.
yeah. Told us to
We
go
were
down
like,
around the
just
slope.
if you go down this one, you might end up there. Don't take our word for it, but you might get there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean, it's not too bad. If you mess up, it's not like it's wasted so much time, though. Like, you've had a bit of a fun ride down. Like, okay, I'm nowhere near anywhere.
I
Let's just
mean,
go
we
up again.
tried to get to one place like 6 times, didn't we? We just kept on going down the wrong
I
way.
don't get how we. Yeah, it's
honestly.
annoying.
And then it turns out it was really fucking easy to get there, wasn't it?
But I guess because you're not like pro at snowboarding, you quite a lot of your focus is on your snowboarding, isn't it? Let alone where you're either going left or
Yeah.
right. I think, isn't it? You're trying to just focus on staying on the snowboard a little bit.
Especially
So that's what
when
took
you've
my.
been drinking.
I mean, the fucking goggles, honestly. Ain't it?
We
Fuck.
don't condone drinking and snowboarding.
Well,
Yeah, your goggles were built for sun though,
but no,
because they're very dark.
it made sense though when you said when you pulled the strap past the label where it was like proper tight on your head. To be
Yeah, 'cause
honest,
nothing,
because it felt like it was all right then. To be fair,
nothing will get in. Whereas when they're loose, because I
A
had
little
them
bit
go
loose,
like
yeah.
they go loose, and you'd have to tighten them up every
especially when
now
you
and then.
fall over and stuff, smack
Yeah.
your head and they ping off your head and stuff.
You end up with a shit ton of stuff in there. But yours were very blue,
Yeah,
so it mashes into the snow quite a bit. Like it blends with it, so
Yeah,
you can't
definitely.
really see as much. And yeah, it's built for when the sun's shining on them for you to be able to see. Whereas mine were like more clear,
yeah,
like less tinted.
but it was alright.
But it's jokes anyway.
yeah,
Isn't it?
still had good fun. To be fair,
Yeah.
I definitely would want to go snowboarding again, but it'd probably be to the end of this year, wouldn't it?
Yeah, if we go, yeah,
it's
we'll
Europe.
start next year.
Yeah,
Like the next ski season.
definitely. Yeah, it'd be cool to go again. But like you said, just go for a weekend and see what the vibe's like. See what the festival, what difference it is going to one and not, and see whether it's still some sort of party scene there. I still think it'd be scenes.
Yeah, then
be
you
honest.
stay in like a resort kind of place, and you'll probably still have like a bar and that you can go and sit and drink in the evening, like
Yeah,
stuff like that. And
So
then you
the
get
only
food
thing-
and that,
I'm trying to compare it to say was going to Snowbox,
which is
for
completely
snowbombing.
different because everything was in the mountains.
But I said in some ways it was similar because it's like a party thing. But I guess I was with other people that would do the après house thing, and like I said, you had like a group. Say with you, I was a different snowboarding skill. I wanted to snowboard with you, so it was just a different
Yeah.
vibe, wasn't it? And I felt like we just smashed the snowboarding, and we still had jokes with some of the pond skimming and that, wasn't it? It was like
Oh, yeah,
still
exactly.
jokes. But like you said, yeah, different settings. Like that one, you had to take the gondola all the way up to the mountain, which is quite a big one, like the first gondola ride, isn't it? And then you take like 2 other ski lifts up to the very top. So
Yeah.
by the time me and you actually put the board on,
You've already been like half an hour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been time.
Yeah.
Whereas like snowbox, you would take the bus all the way up to the top, and then where you're staying would be in the mountain. So it's kind of like you still take lifts up, but it's all in snow. So you literally get out the hotel on the boards. Be wild, wouldn't it?
Mad, yeah.
But like you said, if me and you bounce around random resorts, you could see the layouts of
different things.
Yeah, see how each one does it. Because I think the fancy one was it Val d'Isère in France. Apparently it's got the scariest ski lift. Apparently it goes up to like a point and then it just drops down over the peak. But when it does that drop, you can see like the whole sort of area. I think it looks
pretty cool.
So would you recommend snowbombing?
Right.
Bottom line.
If that's your type of music, then yes.
Yeah,
if
definitely.
not, and you're not bothered about the festival scene, just go like snowboarding or skiing. Just go on a ski holiday.
One thing that we didn't do actually, there were lessons. I think you could get lessons through the festival as well.
Which quite a lot of people were doing, actually. You'd have people like split off from their groups to go and learn a little bit so they can actually have more fun, which makes sense, doesn't it?
It feels like the lessons were in the morning as well, so you might be hungover doing the fucking lesson.
Yeah, so do them on the first day when you've probably just got there.
Yeah, it'd still be a good laugh. Like,
yeah, definitely.
Even if you're just on the snow doing it, like, even if you're trashing it, fuck it. We'll have to give
Fuck
skiing
it
a go,
all.
isn't it?
Fuck it all.
Give skiing a go.
Someday.
Yeah.
Right.
Right, that's it, yeah?
Yeah.
So that's what we did. What have we done between then and now?
Nothing. Literally nothing. It's been a month and I feel like I've accomplished absolutely zero.
Yeah, it's gone mad quick, but it feels like, it's been like a bit of a blur that month, to be fair. We've got some cool projects, though, isn't it? That's some cool writing, to be
Some
fair.
cool things that we can,
We've got some cool
go
ideas.
into one day.
Yeah. So it's just been a bit of background stuff, to be honest, and just living life.
Mm-hmm.
But we got to be back on the podcast grind. We'll try to.
Hopefully.
We will try to.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah.
Right.
Well, we're going into a cocktail.
Cocktail.
Cocktail. So this is off the Rude Cocktails. It's called Cobblers. I haven't actually read this. I don't know how rude it is. But
Cobblers.
for those of you in search of a health-giving, vitamin-packed drink that will put you flat on your back, the answer is a cobbler. Cobblers are large and innocent-looking, decorated with fruit and sipped through straws. Harmless and nourishing, you think to yourself, oh shit. As the first one goes down, 2 or 3 cobblers later, and you will notice that some of your guests are beginning to go down, sucking contentedly on highly alcoholic maraschino cherries as they slide to the floor. The reason, of course, is that beneath the fruity exterior lies enough hard liquor to make your liver wince. This recipe for a cherry cobbler will give you an idea of what we mean. Fill a large glass with chipped ice, add 1.5 ounces of gin, and 1.5 ounces of cherry brandy, 1/2 ounce of creme de cassis, a teaspoon of sugar and 1/2 ounce of lemon juice. Stir until the sugar dissolves and the concoction stops smoking, and then add a slice of lemon and a cherry or two. There are several other cobblers ranging from amaretto to whiskey. Oh, banging. Most of them have the deceptive appearance of a floating fruit salad. All of them are potentially lethal. Handle your cobblers with care.
That doesn't sound too bad.
Sounds quite nice, actually. I remember you mentioning creme de cassis.
Creme de cassis. You can get the one I've had's blackcurrant.
Is it?
It's like maybe 15% liqueur.
I might try that, to be honest.
You put it in like champagne or wine to make Care or Care Royale.
Oh, nice.
So it is
easy to get hold of.
Nice.
Creme
You
de
can get it
cassis.
from Tesco.
Oh, nice.
So
that basically is, gin, cherry brandy, creme de cassis, lemon juice, sugar. Be quite nice.
apart from the fact it's gin.
Yeah. Maybe you could change it. But it says loads of different cobblers range from amaretto to whiskey. So maybe you can change that hard liquor
like
to
vodka. It'd be fine.
the amaretto and cherry would be quite nice. Like cherry bacon.
Whiskey. Right.
So yeah, I'll give that one a go. I think that'd actually be quite nice.
Yeah.
So boom.
Cool.
Are we done?
Right, we're doing a bit of music, weren't we? Some honourable mentions for what's come out in the past.
Oh yeah, okay.
In the past month, let's say.
So a range of new music has dropped, but we'll do ones that. Have you had any standout albums that you listen to? I could say mine. So Ed Sheeran dropped his album Subtract. Apparently, it's one of his rawest albums he's done. I quite like it, to be honest. Nine's dropped Crop Circles 2. OGZ dropped Jeezy World 2, and then Suicide Boys have dropped their Yin Yang tapes.
So a spring and a summer, one of them.
So that's what I've been playing.
Mine will be Logic and C. Castro, the Half-Breed thing, the 3P.
Oh yeah, that's quite good.
The 3 songs. Just Juice, Logic and Trippie Redd doing Sweeter Scars. N-Dubs had a new song, didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
February. G-Eazy's featured on a couple things.
Yeah, he's coming back now.
MVP and Swish from...
Oh,
whoever
yeah,
else.
Swish was good, yeah.
A couple Connor Price songs. So Miss You When You're Gone's the best one.
Oh, that's quite good, yeah.
And then obviously Lil Durk's got a new album. That new song came out today. Is actually pretty cool with J. Cole. So that's pretty much. There'll be other stuff that I've been listening to, but that's what I've still got on my phone.
Stand out, yeah.
I've still got them on my phone. I usually delete them after.
The one I'm still looking forward to. I'm looking forward to N-Dub's project, to be fair. And
which the N-Dubs one should be quite soon because they've announced the tours.
Have they? What link to that?
June or July, maybe. Well, I'd imagine that they'd release an album and they'd tour with a new album.
Yes.
So.
And Travis Scott, if he ever drops Utopia.
If he ever drops.
Yeah, if he ever does that.
If it ever comes out.
But there will be. Everyone's prepping for summer bangers now, so I do think it will be quite active every Friday. So just check out new music.
Yeah.
That we do.
Fucking millions.
And we will try and get fucking NF tour tickets. Because we will do that.
Hopefully.
I really want to see him.
Otherwise, we'll just go and we'll stand outside.
Yeah. Well, we will see him when he's touring. Well, if it's either in the venue or somewhere.
Somebody will live stream it. Hopefully.
But,
right.
There we go. Facts and joke you're not doing.
All my jokes too savage for podcast. So
I mean, we could do an episode where you're just saying jokes, isn't
I
it?
can do my jokes episode, yeah.
We can do one in the future.
Run off like 100 jokes and
Go as
see
dark,
how long
because you could just do a disclaimer and then go dark with it. I mean, you probably can't go mad dark, but
no, you go to a certain extent. You don't do anything
go
where it's
to a light
getting a bit like
shade.
You can annoy the Karens, but you don't annoy the world.
Right. Yeah, that's
I
easy
think.
enough.
I think that's the easiest way to put it. And somebody's going to be like, "Oh, you shouldn't have said that," but most people are going to be like, "Jokes."
Yeah, we'll think of some cool topics. Like you said, if not, then some of our episodes might just be the normal routine. We might not necessarily have a main topic.
We can always just talk about what's
Depending
happening.
yeah, because sometimes
If
it's quite hard to
anything
pick
news come
random
up.
shit.
Yeah.
Because what some people find funny, I don't think we find too funny.
No, and what we find funny, other people probably don't.
No.
They
So
probably think,
it's-
"What the fuck are you talking about?"
That's what makes us unique, you know what I mean? Like, we'll have to just do like our own content. So yeah, we'll think of something. Right, we're
Anyway,
pissing off now. Right, find us on all streaming platforms under the SoulInsights podcast. Please leave us a rating and review. Socials, Twitter, SI Index, TikTok, Instagram, SoulInsights Index, YouTube, SoulInsights.
Thank you for tuning in.
Toodaloo.